will Jadeveon Clowney land? I ran a Twitter poll to get some answers. I gave my Twitter audience a poll with the options of the Cleveland Browns, the Seattle Seahawks, another option, or the New England Patriots. However, I won't be using them in the video today. The results concluded, and it appeared that a vast majority of people thought that Clowney will either land with the Seahawks or go with another team that I didn't mention. Some of my followers suggested both the Bills and Titans as potential landing spots. So, that's what I'm going to do in today's video. I want to see how impactful Clowney will be with the Browns, the Bills, the Seahawks, and the Titans. This will be a one-year simulation as he will probably only sign a one-year deal. Make sure to like the video if you enjoy and subscribe if you are new. This is the one-year Clowney experiment. Let's go. The Browns finished with a record of 10-6, which in turn earned them a playoff berth, which hasn't happened in quite some time. Here is the roster for the Browns. I am using the updated 2020 roster, so players such as Grant Delpit, Austin Hooper, Jack Conklin are on the Browns. As for Clowney's stats on the season, you're going to see a noticeable trend throughout the video. He didn't really produce anything crazy. Why is that? Is it EA's cheese and lack of creating an actual franchise mode that works properly? Or is it my mistake perhaps? Nonetheless, Clowney had an okay season, creating 10 tackles for loss and 4 sacks. For the playoffs, the Browns went on a rampage, winning every game that led up to a showdown in the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles. The result was something that has never been heard before. The Cleveland Browns were Super Bowl champions. So the first team that Jadeveon Clowney signed with, the Cleveland Browns, was a success. The Bills finished the record of 9-6-1 tie, which also earned them a playoff berth. Again, here's the roster for the Bills, so yes, Stephon Diggs is on this roster. As for Clowney, his stats were still underwhelming, finishing with only 6 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. Let me know in the comments section. Am I missing something up here with, why he isn't producing the way that he probably should? He is in the starting lineup. He's at the starter for his position. I'm not quite sure what the issue is. But nonetheless, for the playoffs, the Bills made it all the way to the AFC Championship game, coincidentally enough, against the Browns. Once again, the Browns made the Super Bowl, absolutely crushing the Bills 42-17. Overall, I have to say the Clowney acquisition for the Bills was also a success. Let me know what you think in the comments below. The Seattle Seahawks actually produced the worst record out of any of the 3 teams so far that have acquired Clowney, finishing with a record of 8-8. Here is the team for offense and defense. The Jamal Adams trade is also in there as well, so you have rookies, free agent signings, and recently acquired trades. Now, as for Clowney, again, he's not producing much whatsoever. It's almost seeming like he is a role player for all of these teams, which wouldn't be the reality in the actual NFL. Clowney finished with 5 tackles for loss and only 1 sack. So again, very underwhelming performance for Clowney. And based off of that, I would say that this was not a worth it signing for the Seattle Seahawks, as he didn't produce very well and they got worse than they did from the previous year. Once again, we are seeing a drop off in team overall with the Clowney acquisition. You have the Titans, who were a playoff team last year, actually dropping to a 7-9 record with the acquisition of Clowney. Again, here's the team, so with free agency, rookies, and any trade acquisitions that happened over the summer. As for Clowney, he played better, I would say, comparing himself to both with the Seahawks and the Bills, and maybe even the Browns, if you will. Clowney finished with 11 tackles for loss and 3.5 sacks. Still not phenomenal, very role player-esque, but he did help in some way, shape, or form. So was the acquisition actually beneficial for the Titans? I'm going to have to say definitely not for this one, where they got worse. So in conclusion, what does all of this mean? Well, in reality, pretty much nothing, right? Madden simulation is by no means accurate to the NFL, because if it was, the Browns would be Super Bowl champions almost every single year, it seems. So take this with a grain of salt. This was just a fun exercise to see what could potentially happen if Jadeveon Clowney signed with a couple of teams in the NFL. Again, I hope you all enjoyed. I did have fun making this video. Please smash a like if you did enjoy the video, subscribe if you are new, and if you like these videos, I'll try to make some more with what-if scenarios. In the meantime, take it easy, everyone.
What we do here is go back.